I mean? What have Spence accomplished in his career that I haven't, or more? What have he accomplished? You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm considered the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, because all of my accolades and my numbers speak for itself.
Is Terence Crawford ducking Errol Spence? On one of Terence Crawford's recent interviews, he said he deserved a 60-40 split instead of Errol Spence having a 60-40 split. I think Errol Spence is the A side. Some content creators think Terence Crawford's the A side, and some think he's ducking Errol Spence altogether because he says he doesn't care about the fight anymore. I think what it is when Crawford says that is that he has doubts he's even going to get the fight anymore. Even though he leaves Top Rank and go to PBC, and I think he should, but that's not to fight Errol Spence because that fight might be out of bounds for him right now. Terence Crawford been asking for the Errol Spence fight for years. He hasn't gotten it. So why worried about it? The thing is, if he went to the PBC, he wouldn't probably get that fight either. But what he would get from the PBC is better competition at 147, which Bob Arum cannot provide. See, today's fighters are not the same as the fighters back in the 90s. I can remember the Buster Douglas fight against Evander Holyfield. Holyfield made $8 million and Buster Douglas made $24 million because Buster Douglas was an undisputed champion. Holyfield took the lesser amount because he had confidence that he was going to be heavyweight champion. He would be getting the lion's share after he knocks out Buster Douglas, and that's what happened. For some reason, I don't think Spence will even give him a fight even with a 60-40 split. I think they're trying to age him out, but Bud Crawford should entertain the offer. Spence does not want to take a risk fighting Terence Crawford because he only wants big names. He doesn't think Terence Crawford brings enough people in. That's why he wants Manny Pacquiao, and he also wants Canelo next. And Pacquiao is slated to fight either a Mikey Garcia or a big money fight with McGregor. Garcia is currently ranked number 2 by the WBA. I don't think Crawford is ducking Spence. I think he's getting wear down and tired of the politics of boxing. I think Terence Crawford is trying to be undisputed in the second weight class. He's been trying for years, and when you look up, Teofimo Lopez has a chance to do that in a year or two if he moves to 140 and fights Ramirez or Taylor. My biggest question regarding Terence Crawford is, what's his next move? Who's he going to fight next? And is Bob Arum going to cut ties with them even though they got a year left on their contract? As far as duck sauce regarding Terence Crawford, I just don't see it.
I really, like I told people, I really don't care if that fight happened or not, no more. I used to be all up on that fight, you know what I mean? But the way things have been going these last couple of years, it just rubbed off on me. I don't care about it no more.
I come down to see what my competition are doing as well. So as much as it is to support Derek, it's as much to see how good my potential mandatory challenger will be.
I don't know, был он удивлен или нет. Anthony, how are you? I'm coming for you. Anthony.
Alexander Uysk, the number 1 mandatory for Joshua's WBO heavyweight title, doubles down and says he's going to force his number 1 status, his mandatory status, on Anthony Joshua to get a fight early 2021. Now, if Anthony Joshua turns it down, he will be stripped, and it'll be Uysk against Daniel Dubois for the vacant title. So the worst case scenario, if Joshua vacates the title, is that we'll see Daniel Dubois against Uysk, which is a decent fight. I'd rather see an undisputed championship fight, but this is not a bad fight. Regardless what decision is made, Anthony Joshua must make that decision after the Pula fight if he should win. Boxing fans and content creators are on the fence about this. I think Anthony Joshua should go ahead and fight his mandatory. Eddie Hearn has said it himself. He wants the Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury fight to be for undisputed. The way to do that is get Uysk out the way, if you can. Unless they go into the Fury fight after the Pula fight. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think for some reason, Wilder is going to get his trilogy early 2021. So Joshua, in my opinion, should go through the mandatory and fight Uysk in April if he gets past Pulev, which most of us think he should get past Pulev. He should learn his lesson in the Andy Ruiz fight. The Tyson Fury fight can wait. The world is still going through a pandemic anyway. The longer it takes to make this fight, the bigger the live gate will be anyway, and the bigger the purchase will be. So what's the rush? Maybe Tyson Fury could do his trilogy, or maybe he could fight a mandatory for once. Leave your thoughts and comments below. JBZ, subscribe to the channel. I'm gone.